and welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Today I'm going to have a look around the plot and see what's occurring. So I thought I'd bring you along so we could have a plot tour together and see what plans I've got for the future. We'll start with a very quick look in the greenhouse. I've still got this Cape Gooseberry or Phasalis growing. Still got lots of fruit on it, but they're all green, and I'm thinking that maybe I should just cut my losses with it and pull that down, and then I can get along with rearranging this ready for the spring. Over here, the broccoli plants that you saw me planting up in, I think it was the last vlog I did, they are growing nicely, so that's all looking good. I got some lettuces to pot on there, and then the cabbages and lamb's lettuce that I've planted here are putting on a bit of growth now, so that's all very good. This bed that's next to the greenhouse, it has 3 Celeriac growing at the top, and it has the perpetual spinach there, and I think that's early Nance carrots there, and some, I think that's mooli, the long radish growing there, but I don't think these are going to grow much more, so I'll probably just lift them and use them as baby veg. I need to move this bed out this way because I can't get to the greenhouse to clean it, which is in real need of a clean. So that's one of the jobs I need to do, is to move this bed, and if I get a chance I'm going to change it to brick instead of wood, as it will last longer. It's already sort of broken here, but that's more the plank that joins the two together. That's the issue, because these were short planks in the first place. So that's something to be getting on with, isn't it? My flower bed along here is looking less than desirable. I need to take dahlias out, but the compost heaps that I haven't built yet, I'm waiting to build them so I can remove the compost from the current heap and then start a new heap with this stuff. So that's why that's not happened. If I come round to this side, I have got some greenery on the go there. Those are irises and crocus, I think. And my plum tree here, I don't know, there's some buds forming, so we'll have to see if we get anything off this tree this year. This has been going for about 3 years now, and I did move it last year, but I still not had any fruit off it in 3 years. My other trees are looking nicely dormant, which is great really, because they do need to have a little sleep for over the winter. If we come up the garden now, this bed is still to be covered because I want to use some of the compost or the muck that's in the chicken coop to put on this bed, and I need to order some more wood chip for the chicken coop, so that's all waiting on itself as well. And then I got my little Swedes here, and they're not doing too bad. There's some biggish ones, but the majority are quite small. Again, they went in late and I had trouble with the seed germinating, so we're lucky to get anything. I've got a nice Cabbage Heart in up here, and they're not looking too bad, and I reckon we'll start harvesting a lot of this during January, and we'll have them with mashed potato or something like that, where I'll probably just use the leaves because they got so savaged that I don't think they'll form much of a heart anyway. And it just means then that I can harvest this whole bed and cover it over for a bit. Come to my parsnips now. They're not too bad. I've had a fair few out of this one. Well, I say a fair few, probably about 10. And then further on down here are the carrots, and they are not doing too bad. They are we get in a sort of a smallish amount of carrot from there. And then if I come round to this bed, the Celeriac is growing well, and the sprouts are not doing very well. Over here I probably have one that has anything resembling a sprout on it, and the rest are kind of just twigs with the sprout top on it. But these tops are edible, so it's not a whole wasted opportunity. We can have the tops from there, and they aren't very nice. And then the purple sprouting, well, I wouldn't be expecting it to sprout yet, but it looks like there are some bits forming there ready to pop out in the spring. So hopefully we'll have something from them. I've been doing a harvest to take to my parents of bits and bobs around the plot. So there's a couple of beetroot from my neighbours' plot where I grow over there, and this is the Swede. Not bad size Swede really, probably one of my largest actually this year. I've got 3 Celeriac. The parsnips, they're not bad. They're quite a good size, I'd say, really. And then the carrots again, that's not a bad size carrot, but then there are some that are that size. But they're alright once you peel them and cook them whole. They'll be tasty enough. And then some leeks from around the front. Sorry, I was getting sidetracked then with the produce. Let me take you round to my neighbour's garden and show you what's going on over there. I'm in my neighbour's garden now, and the broad beans, which have been under the fleece, are doing a lot better than they did last year, that's for sure. I think they like having that bit of protection. I do need to stake them all fairly soon, so I'm in a bit of a quandary as to whether to leave the fleece and not stake them, or stake them and change the fleece to some rubble netting to go all the way around the outside, just to ward off the wind, because it does get awfully windy here. And I think if I stake the beans, then the fleece will rub against the beans, and then the fleece will break, and it won't provide as much protection as it is at the moment. But I'm really happy with how this is looking. With how they went last year, this is much better. So let's go and have a look at the onions as well. Here's one of the beds of onions with some carrots next to them. I don't take the fleece off these beds often because it's quite hard to get the fleece back on, and but these onions look like they're doing well to me. These are the F1 variety down this side, and just where this stick is here, these are the Elsa Craig, and these don't seem so strong as the F1s, but they were sown a bit later, so that might be why. and then because I had some left over, they went in this little bed here, and these ones are quite straggly. I don't even know if you can see any, but now I've taken the netting off, I probably should do some weeding, but that might wait for another day. And I always forget to show you the beetroot. I just harvested some beetroot from here, and the other beetroot is a bit small, but I'm thinking that I might just harvest it all and pickle it and have it as baby beetroot. And I cleaned out my neighbour's greenhouse the other day, and I brought all of my Overwintering Greens over here. I haven't shown you this before, I don't think. Anyway, it's been in my cold frame, but it's easier to manage at this level, so I've brought it over here, and I just put up some staging which I made out of my children's old bed cot, and some bits of timber I had left over. And I've also brought up and cleaned up the seed sowing staging over there, ready for March and April time. So the idea of these is hopefully we'll get a few bits of salad over the winter. There's some spinach in the front here, and some Swiss chard there. There's a bit of pak choy, but it had been eaten by slugs. And there's another pak choy on the other side, but I'll take these for leaves rather than leave them bulb up. And then there's the mustard there, and a ruby chard at the back, and another mustard. The mustard has grown well, and the idea was that around the base would be cut and come again lettuce, but it's not really doing very well. It looks a bit scraggly, but it'll be nice in a sandwich or something, you know. It'll provide enough for 1 or 2 sandwiches. And then there's the lamb's lettuce, and I think that's winter density. I got some rocket over there that's struggling a bit, and these are spring onions that need to go in the ground, and this is lamb's lettuce that needs to go in the ground, and some multi-sown Elsa Craig onions that need to go in the ground as well. So finally, let's go and have a look in my front garden now, because there are a few bits and bobs growing there too. I'm still getting a couple of raspberries from these canes, but it's probably time they were all cut back now so they can have a bit of a rest before the growing season. And my blueberries are in the same way. They need well, they just are really. I started to tidy up my strawberry plants here. Well, not these ones. I haven't tidied up this crate, but I have tidied up these ones. So now there's 6 definitive strawberry plants in here, but I will be getting rid of these crates. And here is a lesson to remember to drill holes in your pots, because I forgot obviously to drill that one, and it's now sunk. But the carrots that I put in here are looking quite good. I think I'm going to leave these and have them with our Christmas dinner. Rather pleased with them. And then here are the runners I took off the strawberry plants that were there. There's just some pansies that haven't come through yet, and then there's some more strawberry plants, some more pansies, and some more strawberry runners. You can see a theme here. I've also got some more strawberry runners in the house. I haven't got much going on in this small greenhouse at the moment. These cabbages need to go in the ground, as do those lamb's lettuce at the back. Then the dill needs potting up into its permanent position. The chilies need harvesting, and then probably the plant will go to compost. And the coriander and parsley need potting up as well. If I come to the long bed here, I've got some more of the mooly radish, which is growing okay, and some more carrots there, which I can't remember what variety they are. They just had some left over, so I plonked them there. The Swiss chard is beginning to establish itself, although it has been rather slow, but I've had the perpetual spinach at the back. So when that perpetual spinach is done with, hopefully this Swiss chard will take its place. And here's some more of the mustard. This is growing really well. This quite likes the cold, the mustard. I got two sort of poor pak choi plants here, but we'll see how well they do. And then there's loads of leeks here, which you will have seen in my harvest truck earlier. They're not a great thickness, so that's not been that great, but we will have leeks probably to last us through January and February. And then if I come round to the kale, which was decimated by caterpillars, it's not doing too badly. This one's come back reasonably well, and this one is still being eaten by the look of it. So that's not too bad. We'll have a couple of meals off that one. The carrots in here, they're not too bad. They go down quite far. They're long and thin ones, so that's not doing too bad either. And then I don't know if you can see very well through this netting. Let me just lift that up. We've got some peas poking their heads through. Not so good germination this side on the Kelvedon Wonder. They might still germinate, but these ones this side are Feltham First, and they're not doing too bad really. So we might have some early peas come May time. And then finally the last thing really is this trailer bed, which again isn't a great success. There's more of this mooly radish here. See if I can... Yeah, this one I've pulled out isn't really a very good example, but that's kind of how it's looking. But it should be, you know, much longer and thicker than that, but that's still edible. And this variety is April, so it's actually not meant to come to fruition until April, but whether it's going to or not, I don't know. It is showing some signs of trying to hearten up, and this one here is very advanced, so that's not too bad. And then down the bottom are the shallots, which they actually look like they're separating and forming a bit of a cluster. Well, cluster, I mean there's two shallots there. Looks like two stems there. And two stems there. Oh, they're all looking like two stems at the moment, so I don't know if that is how they're all going to be, or whether they're going to divide a bit more. But they're not looking too bad either. So there's still quite a bit of produce to be harvested for the coming winter. Hopefully we'll have enough to see us through. And thank you for joining me for this tour today. It's been great to walk you around and show you what I've got on the go at this time of year, and to show you the harvest I'm going to take to my mum. And we'll probably have a similar harvest for ourselves for over the Christmas week, so we can make lots of yummy food out of that. Join me next time for more shenanigans around the garden. I'm not quite sure what I'll be up to, but I'm hoping to get some of those winter jobs that need to be done, and hopefully I can show you guys what I'm up to as well. So thank you for watching, liking and subscribing if you have done so, and for commenting if you have done so. It's very much appreciated. Take care, and if I don't do another vlog before Christmas, have a very lovely Christmas. Lovely job.